the Tower, the Ten of Swords, and Justice. 3 cards, in that exact order. And I need to be honest with you about what this means. Someone is falling, and they do not know it yet. They are still walking around confident, still telling their version of the story, still laughing at things they should not be laughing at. But the cards are already turning, and what is about to hit them, they will not see coming until it is too late to protect themselves from it. You know who I am talking about. You already thought of them before I even finished the sentence. That is your knowing. That is the reason this reading found you today. Let me show you what the cards are showing me. This is not a stranger. The Tower does not fall on strangers. The Tower falls on people who had access to you, and this person had access. For some of you, this is a woman, someone who acted like a sister, or a close friend, or a cousin who was more than a cousin. For others, this is a man, someone who positioned himself as a mentor, or a friend, or a partner who is supposed to protect you. For a few of you, this is someone from work, someone whose desk was close to yours, someone you shared lunches with. Whoever they are, they got close to you on purpose, not because they loved you, because they wanted something, information, access, a position in your life, and they were patient about it. They waited. They earned your trust the slow way, because the slow way is the way that does not get caught. The Ten of Swords is showing me that when the betrayal came, it did not come from the front, it came from behind. You were not ready for it because you were not looking in that direction. You were looking at the world, and they were standing right next to you the whole time, holding the knife. The cards are showing me the shape of what they have been doing. They talk about you. Not directly. That is not their style. They are too smart for that. They use soft words. They say things like, I am just worried about them, or I do not know if they are handling things well, or have you noticed something has been off lately? That is not concern. That is a seed, and they have been planting it in different soil, in different rooms, in different conversations for a long time. Some of the seeds took. That is why certain people in your life have felt distant. That is why certain invitations stopped coming. That is why certain conversations became polite instead of real. That was not you. That was the story being told about you. And what makes this heavier is that this person did not just talk about you, they studied you. Everything you told them in trust, they filed it. Every soft spot you showed them, they remembered where it was. So when the time came to hurt you, they knew exactly where to press. That is what the Ten of Swords is showing, not just betrayal. Prepared betrayal. I want to slow down here for a second because you have been carrying this alone, and I do not think anyone has stopped to acknowledge what it actually cost you. You lost sleep, you lost time, you lost trust, not just in them, but in your own ability to read people. You started second-guessing every friendship. You started rereading old messages looking for signs you missed. You started wondering if you were the problem after all. You were not the problem. The reason it took you so long to see them is not because you were blind. It is because you were kind. You gave them the benefit of the doubt over and over again because that is what you do with the people you love. You assumed they were doing their best. You assumed they meant well. You made room for their bad days. They used that. They used your kindness as a hiding place. That is a specific kind of pain, and I want to name it out loud because you have been minimizing it, telling yourself it is not that deep, telling yourself you should be over it by now, telling yourself other people have had worse. Stop. What happened to you was real, and your body knows it was real, even if your mind keeps trying to talk it down. Now let me tell you about the Tower. The Tower is not slow. The Tower does not warn. The Tower does not negotiate. The Tower waits until the person on top of it is completely convinced they have won. And then it collapses under them. That is what is coming for this person. They think the story is working. They think the people around them believe it. They think you are the one who lost. But something has shifted underneath them without their permission. And what is going to happen next is not going to look like your revenge. It is going to look like their own choices catching up. Because that is how karma actually moves. Karma does not need you to lift a finger. Karma just waits until the person builds their own downfall and then lets them stand on it. For this person, the fall is going to come from a place they did not protect, somewhere they thought was safe. It could be someone they trusted turning on them. It could be a version of themselves they had been hiding coming to the surface. It could be a decision they made in confidence that turns out to be a mistake they cannot undo. Whatever it is, it happens fast, and it happens in front of the same people they were performing for. Here is what I want you to watch for. The first sign will be small. It will not feel like the karma has started. It will feel like a coincidence, something you hear in passing, a comment from a mutual person that lands strangely, a screenshot someone sends you that you did not ask for, a conversation that goes somewhere you did not expect. That is the first crack. Do not dismiss it. Because once the first crack shows, the rest follows quickly. The tower does not fall one stone at a time. It falls all at once. But there is always a first stone, and the first stone is what you are going to notice inside the next few weeks. The Justice card is telling me the timing is closer than you think. This is not a next year situation. This is not even a next season situation. This is a next few weeks situation. Something in this person's life is already unstable and does not know it yet. And when it starts moving, do not react. Do not post. Do not send a message to the mutual person confirming what you already know. Just watch. Because the moment you get involved, you give them something to point at. And this karma has to move without your fingerprints on it. There is something else I need to tell you. There are people who saw what was happening and said nothing. They are not the main enemy, but they are not innocent either. They heard the story being told and they did not defend you. They noticed the shift in how people were treating you and they did not check on you. They chose comfort over loyalty. They chose their own peace over yours. Some of them are going to come back to you. When the truth turns and the story collapses, they are going to reach out, softly, casually, with a message that pretends nothing happened, or with a version of an apology that is really just guilt management. You do not owe them a warm response. You do not owe them access again. The people who did not stand next to you in the hard version of the story do not automatically get to stand next to you in the easy version. Justice is not only for the person who hurt you. Justice is also the quiet reordering of who deserves to be close. And after this whole cycle finishes, the circle around you is going to look different. Smaller, maybe, but real. I want to tell you what waits for you. Because the destruction of your enemy is not actually the reason this reading came to you today. That is the surface. Underneath it, the real message is about your own next chapter. The Justice card, in the position it is sitting in, is telling me you are about to be given back what was taken from you. Not the same thing exactly, but the equivalent. If they took your time, you are going to get time back. If they took your money, you are going to get money back. If they took your peace, you are going to get peace back, a version of it that is deeper than what you had before. The energy that was tied up in this situation is going to return to you, and when it does, you will feel yourself becoming lighter without being able to name why. That is your energy coming home. That is the part of you that was living rent-free in their story, finally returning to your own body. Something you have been trying to move forward on, a project, a job, a change in your life, is going to unstick. Not because the world changed, because you got your energy back, and now you can put it into your own building instead of their story. And a person, somewhere in the next stretch of your life, is going to show up who does not need you to explain your past. They are going to see you the way you actually are, without the version this enemy tried to paint. That relationship, friendship, love, work, is going to be one of the confirmations that the cycle is done. Let me give you the instruction from the cards. Stay quiet. Live your life. Do not perform being fine. Do not perform being unbothered. Just actually be it, slowly, day by day. Focus on the small things that are yours. Your morning, your work, your body, your rest, the people who never left. Small, consistent choices that rebuild the foundation this person tried to shake. Do not check on them. Do not check on the people around them. Do not scroll through anything that gives you information about their life. Every time you check, you send them your energy again, and your energy is not theirs anymore, not one more drop. If they reach out, keep it short. If someone brings up their name, redirect the conversation. If a mutual person tries to give you information, thank them and change the subject. You do not need updates. The karma will find you when it needs to find you. Your only job right now is to stay in your lane and let the truth do the work you would have exhausted yourself trying to do. Let me close with this. They thought this was a joke. They thought you were soft. They thought your kindness was weakness. They thought the story would stick because they told it first. They were wrong. And the cards are showing me that the moment they realize how wrong they were is coming soon. It is going to be a quiet moment for them, a moment alone, where the story stops working and they finally have to sit with themselves. That moment is the real karma, not the public fall, that inside moment, when they finally understand that they lost you and they cannot get you back. You do not have to be there for it. You do not have to know when it happens. You just have to keep living. If this reading landed for you, if any part of this made you feel seen, leave the word justice in the comments. That is your signature on the reading. That is the door closing. Take care of yourself this week and trust what your body already knows. I will see you in the next one.